Good morning, everyone. I'm Michelle Moon Reinhardt with Blue Action Democrats, Southwest Austin, and I'm here to talk to you about an application for a ballot by mail. Now, this is the perfect time of year to complete a ballot by mail. Your college students may be home, and if they want to vote at their Travis County address, so they want to vote in Travis County election races, those that are on the ballot in Travis County are local election races. That might be, their congressional district or the DA or the sheriff or Travis County attorney. Any of those races, they would want to complete an application by mail. If they want to vote on campus, then they'll need to get registered at their college address. And that means completing a registration application that shows their college address as their residence address. So this is only if they're already registered in Travis County and only if they want to vote by mail. So let me walk you through the application. So first of all, you see the regular last name, first name, all that good stuff. So the thing I want to draw your attention to here is the residence address is where they're registered to. So that's your home address. So for my college student, she's going to write in my home address as the residence address. The mail my ballot to is going to be her college address. That's a P.O. box for her. Perhaps you guys have something different. Residence address is where you're registered. Mail my ballot to is going to be your college address. Now, if you're 65 and older and you want to fill this out, those might be the same address. Okay, date of birth. Number 5, you have to complete. Why are you voting by mail? So obviously you can vote by mail if you're 65 and older, if you have a disability. But number 3 is what we want the college students to check: expected absence from the county. They're not going to be home for early voting. They're not going to be able to vote on election day. Right there, number 3. Go ahead and check that box. Now, if you're completing this for, like, I'll complete one of these for my mother-in-law. She's over 65. This is the box I would select for her. So if you are completing this because you want a ballot by mail for someone who's 65 and older, complete 6A on what they want. And that's going to be the Democratic primary and any resulting runoff. However, skip this if you're doing it for a college student. You skip to 6B and you would fill this out. Okay, this is the absent voters. And here you're going to again want Democratic primary and any resulting runoff. If we have a runoff, they'll automatically get that second ballot. You won't have to complete another one of these. So these are the 2 you want. We're probably going to have to do this again for the November election, especially if their address changes. So this is just for the Democratic primary, just for March. Okay, then we go up to 7. 7 is if you're requesting that ballot be sent to a different address, where is it going to be sent? And we're going to want an address outside the county for college students, right? Because they're mostly living here, but they're going to be out of the county. What is their address? That's, again, for us, it's a P.O. box. For you, it might be something else. If someone else does fall into this category where they have a different address that they're asking for, you must indicate it here. Okay, the other important thing to know is box 8, and you have to fill this out. If you selected absence from the county, you need to put in dates that you're going to be gone. So, perhaps you're on an extended business trip during early voting and election day. This would count as well. So for 8, you're going to put in, like, for college students, I would put in the term. So she goes to school February 3rd, I think is when her term starts, and she's out, May 15th. So I'm not expecting her to be home during those times. So that's the range that I would put in to box 8, but you have to put it in. Number 9, I would go ahead and skip because it changed the law in Texas to where this is not effective. So you're going to need to go ahead and mail this ballot in, and that's what I would do. And then number 10 is the student or whoever's applying needs to sign. And this signature needs to be consistent with the signature they will use on their mail-in ballot. So it's really important that they sign here. So that signature matches the ballot signature. However, and that's important that they sign there or it won't be processed. However, if for some reason that person can't sign, the witness can sign for them and they would fill out box 11. Okay, so that is the ballot by mail. So the earliest you can apply for a ballot by mail is January 1st. So you get them to complete this form or you help them complete it, and then you're ready to return it in January. Then the ballots will start to go out probably early February. They'll get their ballot probably before early voting starts, and you will need to remind them to check the mail. They must check the mail to get their ballot, right? So the ballot will come in the mail. College students aren't used to checking mail, so you'll have to remind them to do that. And then you'll need to remind them to return the ballot. Now, they can return it anytime. They could get it, fill it out, and then return it right away, but it must be received the 5th day after Election Day. So they can do it on Election Day and mail it back. However, I really like to get them to do it right around early voting time and get it back in the mail so it can be recorded. Now, I have been told that it's very, very, very important that they sign their ballot. Remember, we're signing this ballot application. They also need to sign their ballot. And there are people who actually compare those signatures to make sure it's legitimate. And I've been told by judges that they've had to return and throw out ballots that are not signed. So for their vote to count, please read carefully and sign their ballot. I think there's a signature that goes on the outside of the envelope. So make sure they read very carefully and sign appropriately before they return those. Send them back with some stamps when you send them back to school so they can get that ballot back in the mail. Thank you. Good luck, everyone. Have a Merry Christmas.